A Lexington restaurant does 10 times their amount of normal business on Super Bowl Sunday. We'll tell you why coming up.
It means everything to him. He is just overly excited to be here and to be able to do this stuff, to experience this, I guess.
A Southern Kentucky boy's wish comes true. He's in Arizona for the big game.
We're tracking plenty of rain out there right now, but that will make a transition over to snow with some much colder temperatures coming our way to start things off for this new work week. And the folks in eastern Kentucky have a winter weather advisory. We'll take a closer look.
We're seeing a lot of rain this Super Bowl Sunday. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. More rounds of storms are rolling into the bluegrass, and all that rain could freeze overnight, causing some slick roads tomorrow morning. We go first to meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He's tracking a messy start to our work week.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. We are going to watch these temperatures drop at a rapid rate overnight into the early morning hours. We've got plenty of water out there right now. That could cause some concerns about black ice. Then why don't we just throw a little bit of snow on top of that? And that's all I mean, a little bit. Some light accumulations possible out of this system, maybe a little bit more out in eastern Kentucky. Covered up with green. Remember, that's just plain old rain. We focus in on central Kentucky, where you're seeing a little break here or there, but it won't last long. The rain will quickly fill back in, and we'll track it through the rest of the evening and even into the nighttime hours as well. We go down 75 into London, where you're picking up on an occasional moderate shower. Steady rain continues for you folks. And then out into eastern Kentucky, where we find another pocket of some moderate rainfall. That's also where we have the location for our winter weather advisory that will go into effect officially at 3 o'clock in the morning and runs through 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Light snow accumulations out there, and then we're talking about roads becoming slick. Not only there, I think we could get in on that as well, but they have a better chance to see more snow try to get juiced out of the atmosphere once we head into the day tomorrow. And that might linger. Snow showers might actually linger beyond 2 o'clock into the evening hours as well. Let's look at the winter weather breakdown. We'll kind of time it out for you. Tonight, the rain continues into the first part of your Monday, and I'm talking 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then the transition here happens between 4 and 8, and then between 8 and 11, that snow line crashes into the advisory area. We will track it hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
The wet weather is already causing some problems for people trying to fly into Bluegrass Airport. Several flights heading to Lexington from Chicago have already been canceled. If that rain starts to freeze, we could see even more delays and cancellations. A spokesperson at Bluegrass Airport tells us that number could increase as the night goes on. Leaders there say nearly 3,000 flights nationwide have already been canceled. Lexington police are on the lookout for a man they say cut off his ankle monitor during a chase. Officers say around 1 this morning they were checking out a domestic call involving 21-year-old Derek Smith. We're told Smith ran off toward Cardinal Hill Rehabilitation Hospital on Versailles Road, where he cut his ankle bracelet off in the parking lot. Officers searched for several hours but were unable to find him. Tonight, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and the coroner are investigating a death. The sheriff tells us someone found a woman dead inside a home on Nest Egg Road near Jeffersonville Friday night. We're told she did not die of natural causes. Police are investigating a bomb threat at a Central Kentucky high school. Harrodsburg police used a canine unit to search Mercer County High School this weekend. They did determine there was no threat of an actual bomb in the school. They sent a letter about it out to parents asking for help finding the person who sent the original threat. Tomorrow, friends and family will say goodbye to a Mercer County teenager killed in a crash. Police say Neal was riding with his girlfriend Thursday night when she lost control of her car and crashed in Boyle County. Neal died in that wreck. Police say his girlfriend had some injuries but survived. Families say Neal had just completed his GED and was planning to go to college. Visitation for Neal will be tomorrow night from 5 to 8 and 7 to 9 a.m. Tuesday at the Alexander and Royalty Funeral Home in Harrodsburg. Volunteers in Letcher County opened up a free medical clinic this weekend. Families in Jenkins received free checkups at the Smile Faith Foundation. Doctors and nurses volunteered their time to check blood pressure, eyesight, and energy and stress levels. Those at the clinic say they're providing an important service.
It's heartbreaking. We have a lot of people that don't go to the doctor, and then they find out several months later or several years later they had the disease. It could have been controlled.
The next free medical clinic is March 6th. We have details on our website, WKYT.com. For one Southern Kentucky 8-year-old, tonight will be an unforgettable Super Bowl. The Make-A-Wish Foundation granted Shannon Cox a trip to Arizona to see the Seahawks play. Doctors diagnosed Cox with leukemia in December 2013. Tonight he's in Arizona with his mom, getting ready for the big game.
He picked them last year before they ever made it to the Super Bowl. Seattle Seahawks.
The 8-year-old Seattle Seahawks fan Shannon Cox watched his team win last year's Super Bowl while at the Ronald McDonald House in Cincinnati.
Went through a lot. I mean, it's been a struggle for him almost every step of the way.
However, this year, thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Shannon is at the Super Bowl watching the Seahawks go for back-to-back championships.
It means everything to him. He is just overly excited to be here and to be able to do this stuff, to experience this, I guess.
Since arriving in Arizona on Thursday, Shannon and his family have had a full schedule, getting to do things like playing on the field with retired NFL players, and one of Shannon's favorite things, a tour of the locker rooms.
He was so overwhelmed that he was just like, wow, you know, it was so exciting for him.
Giving him the chance of a lifetime.
Today is the big day, and he cannot wait to get there.
A trip to the big battle on the gridiron for a young fighter, they say, is an inspiration to all he meets.
The good thing about Shannon is he has not let it get him down at all. Even though he has to go through spinal taps and harsh chemo and radiation and, you know, everything else, he's kept a smile on his face.
Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Shannon's cancer is in remission, but he does have to undergo 3 years of preventative treatments. The countdown to kickoff is underway, and many local businesses are cashing in. WKYT's Mike Linden talked to a Lexington restaurant owner keeping busy filling orders.
While Super Bowl Sunday is all about football, chicken is king, specifically the wing. According to the National Chicken Council, Americans will eat 1.25 billion chicken wings this weekend, which when laid end to end is enough to stretch from Seattle to Massachusetts about 28 times.
I think you can eat a lot of it, and it's like a finger food. It's a finger food. It's, you know, doesn't take much, you know, to take a bite. You know, you don't have to have a plate to eat it.
At Richie's Fast Food off Georgetown Road in Lexington, owners say chicken wings are by far their most popular item, regardless of the occasion. Owners tell me that on a normal day they go through about 5,000 chicken wings, but on Super Bowl Sunday, nearly 10 times that amount, close to 50,000 chicken wings, and potentially even more once the game is over. Employees at Richie's Fast Food have been taking orders for the Super Bowl for over a week. Their largest order, 1,000 wings. Owners say it's not just football that attracts customers.
People in Kentucky are crazy about sports, especially UK. They are die-hard fans, so they party. It doesn't matter, win or lose, they're gonna party.
According to the NCC, 54% of Americans prefer bone-in wings, while 46% prefer boneless. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Are you hungry now? For many restaurants, Super Bowl Sunday is considered one of the busiest takeout days of the year. Construction is scheduled to start on the University of Kentucky's football practice stadium this coming week. During the first phase of construction, crews will block more than 200 parking spaces. Starting tomorrow, parking attendants will be in some areas helping drivers find alternate parking. The second and third phases of the project will eliminate an additional 150 parking spots. President Obama said he'd enjoy sitting down, talking, and having some bourbon with Senator Mitch McConnell. Some Kentuckians decided to help him out with that offer. The Bourbon Barrel of Compromise rolls its way to Washington tomorrow. Tonight, WKYT's Sean Moody is talking with the brains behind the barrel.
All this Bourbon Summit hype began with this statement from President Obama the day after the 2014 midterm elections.
I would enjoy having some Kentucky bourbon with Mitch McConnell.
He was talking about trying to get Republicans and Democrats in Washington to work together. Obama and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did meet soon after, but McConnell told Yahoo News there was no bourbon. Now, some Kentuckians are sending a whole barrel of it to Washington in hopes that it'll spark some conversation and just maybe a little compromise.
Let's get some progress here. Let's get these guys talking.
The Kentucky Distillers Association and the Henry Clay Center for Statesmanship call it the Bourbon Barrel of Compromise. Master distillers from several distilleries will fill the barrel up at Henry Clay's Ashland estate on Monday morning. Then it'll begin its journey in an antique carriage before heading to Washington on this bus. Now, that Bourbon Barrel should get to Washington by Tuesday night. It's headed to the Intercontinental Willard Hotel as a nod to Henry Clay and his use of bourbon to get things done. Senator McConnell and Kentucky's congressional delegation will greet that barrel in the round-robin bar. That's where they say Henry Clay would ship bourbon to, quote, lubricate the wheels of government. Organizers, bourbon enthusiasts, and fans of politics hope 200 years later this bourbon can do the same.
I'm not an expert. I don't know if it'll do much, but hey, anything's worth a try, and we'll see where it goes.
In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The send-off ceremony begins at the Henry Clay estate at 10 tomorrow morning. There's no word whether the president will attend the Washington ceremony.